YouTube channel, Grounded in Purpose. My name is Kara, and in this video, I look forward to talking about being present in God's presence. If you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button and make sure that you check out some of my previous videos. So in this context, the word present is in a particular place or existing or occurring right now. And I think it's important to note that to be present, the word be is actually an adjective, and an adjective, it is a way to describe an action. So in order to be present, we actually have to make a choice. There's a decision, there's an action that has to follow it. And while we are becoming present, we are essentially bridging a gap. We are shifting our attention from our thoughts and the many distractions that we have from the day-to-day to our actual present, which is our right now. It's having a level of awareness with where we currently are. And I think what happens oftentimes is that we get caught up in our thoughts and in the distractions. And for many of us, we are living in the past. We are living in the wouldas, the couldas, and the shouldas. And then there's another group of us who are so busy chasing tomorrow that we essentially forget about today. And so that's why this video is so important to me, because I really want us to be able to enjoy the fullness of being in God's presence and to be able to fill some of those voids that many of us are missing. The thing is, I know that we live in a culture that celebrates this idea of being self-made. We celebrate independence, but oftentimes what comes with that is a lot of trust issues and a lot of emptiness once we feel like we've reached that light at the end of the tunnel. And so I know a lot of times we talk about the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And for many of us, we feel like once we reach the light, that we will be worthy enough, that we will be honorable enough, that we will be good enough to be in God's presence. But the truth is that God wants to meet you in the tunnel. God doesn't want to wait until you get to the light. Psalm 16:11 says, "You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy." And I don't know if many of you have experienced joy in your life. It's truly a place that you can live in regardless of all of the things that are going on in your life, regardless of all the chaos going around. You can still be able to feel joy wherever you are. And so what often happens is we're in the tunnel, we're backtracking because we want to know, well, where did I make the wrong turn? Where did I mess up at? And God is telling us, hey, I am here. He says that he will show us the path of light. And that is even when we are going through, because a lot of times we try to do it by ourselves. And I just want to tell you guys today that there is a better way. God is truly the key. He is the legend to this map of our lives. So whatever that tunnel may be in your life, make sure that you're still showing up. Make sure that you are being present in God's presence, and understand that God has not left you. You may feel like he is far, but he is truly near you. And you have to just ask him every day, God, allow me to be in your presence. Allow me to experience you. Because to be in God's presence is truly to have an experience. It is to be in proximity and closeness with God. And just know that he will order your steps. So yes, we want to get to the light. We want to see the end of the tunnel. But there's nothing worse than getting to the light and then you feel like everything is going well and then you find another tunnel. And now you're like, but I just got out of one tunnel. But if you would have taken the time to truly be present and to gain the lessons and the wisdom and the clarity and the strength that comes from being in God's presence, you would know that once you get into that next tunnel, that there is always a way out. So I want to give you all an acronym that truly sums up the fullness of joy that we can experience by being present in God's presence. And it's the word present. So the P stands for peace, because when we are able to show up for ourselves, when we are able to present ourselves to God just how we are able to experience peace that surpasses all understanding. Even when the storm is near, even through our trials and tribulations, we will still be able to be calm and know that God is near us. The R is for resilience. Resilience is like a muscle that we're continuously building. And I know in the self-help world that resilience is this big thing. It's like, are we born with it? How do we get it? How do we have the ability to just endure and to keep going even when things are really hard? And what it comes down to is being able to experience the closeness of God and being able to know that even though I'm going through this, that I have the willpower to get up and to continue on. The E is for endurance. It does not come overnight. It definitely takes time. And that's why it's important that we're spending time with God, because we are building our endurance to be able to overcome and to be able to continue on even when things get tough. The S is for safety. There's nothing like experiencing the safety of being in God's arms and in knowing that we are not alone. Even at the loneliest moments of our life, we are not alone. God is with us, and He will not leave us, nor will He forsake us. The E is for encouragement. And there's nothing like being encouraged in times when we need it most. One thing that I love is that when I allow myself to be present with God, I'm able to recall some of those scriptures. I'm able to recall some of my past experiences and just remember how good God has been to me. The N is for nourishment. Nourishment is essential for us to be able to thrive. And when I say nourishment, we get that nourishment from spending time with God, for meditating on His word, for being in constant prayer. Those are some of the essential things that we need to equip us to be able to take on everything that life throws us. And finally, the T is for thankful. There's nothing like having a heart of gratitude. I think that a lot of times it's hard for us to have gratitude when we've experienced so much. It's hard for us to have gratitude when we're currently going through. If we be honest, we didn't sign up for half of the things that we have experienced in life. And just being able to look at things from the lens of gratitude truly helps with our perspective. It helps us to be able to acknowledge that maybe I've been through something, but all of these things are going to be for the greater good. All of these things are going to be for the kingdom. And as a quick summary, the P is for peace, the R is for resilience, the E is for endurance, the S is for safety, the E is for encouragement, the N is for nourishment, and finally, the T for thankful. And I just hope that this video has been a blessing for you all. Truly, there is nothing like experiencing being present in God's presence. Remember that it is so important to show up, even when the times are hard, to show up for you, to show up for the people who are assigned to your life, and to truly experience the presence of God, the presence that includes the fullness of joy. Thank you again, and I hope to talk with you all soon.